That was the last 2 seasons of the FMN Prize for Innovation. Now let's begin the 3rd season with our winning hats on and some innovations of our own. Are you ready? When you think of the word precision, it speaks to accuracy in words or actions, and usually the end goal is to arrive at an expected end. In order to sustainably address food insecurity globally, industry experts, through emerging insight, have thought about ways to use precision agriculture to improve food quality and yield using technology. This has informed this year's theme for the FMN Prize for Innovation, which is Driving Food Self-Sufficiency in Nigeria Using Precision Agriculture. This year, we had more entries across the country than we've had in previous editions of the FMN Prize for Innovation. We had about 1,000 innovation-led entries. Now, the big question is this: can we find, out of the top 5 contestants today, our top 3 who have precise solutions to driving food self-sufficiency in Nigeria using precision agriculture? I am Ayo Mayo Esse, and welcome to the live broadcast of the FMN Prize for Innovation pitch event.
Enjoy the delicious, nourishing, and satisfying taste of Golden Penny Semovita. My soup's first choice.
This year, we had about 1,000 quality entries. And so you can only imagine the arduous process to selecting the top 5 finalists. Today, we have the privilege and honor of having the top 5 finalists here competing before our very able judges. And in a moment, we're going to get to meet our judges. But before then, let's remind ourselves of what's at stake today. The winner goes home with 5 million naira, whilst 3 million naira and 2 million naira for the first and second runners-up, respectively. FMN is committed to championing food security and self-sufficiency in Nigeria. Now, we're very grateful to our judges who have, over the years, been committed and have served excellently delivering quality editions of the FMN Prize for Innovation. Today, we have one new judge joining us, and in a moment, we get to meet our judges. A big thank you to our excellent judges for your commitment to the success of the Prize for Innovation. It really is invaluable. Thank you. So I'll start by asking just general questions before we bring in our contestants, and I'll start with you, Adenike. You've been excellent through the first, second, and now the third season. What are your expectations for this third season of the FMN Prize for Innovation?
Honestly, I'm looking for the next game changer. I believe that at such a time like now, where we're really struggling with things around food security issues across the country, there's no other time than now than to find a third innovator with great ideas to change the space.
I think it's one important part of what needs to be done, but it's a whole range of solutions that are required to really strengthen the food ecosystem. And I'm really looking forward to hearing some of the innovative ideas that our entrepreneurs have to see what we can identify that can actually have impact in the ecosystem.
I can also see the lasting impact that FMN has had in the season winners of season 1 and season 2, and even in the contestants that did not necessarily walk away with a prize. So I'm really excited to see the contestants, and I know that they're going to get a full range of support.
Personally, I think, as you noted, been the rookie on the judges panel here. I'll be looking for fresh ideas and also a follow-through on how things that they will be putting forward would help in the effort to ensure food security for the country.
Brilliant. You rightly said it. FMN is big and is a champion for food security and self-sufficiency in Nigeria. It's time for the contestants to put their best foot forward and for us to discover who will be the winner of the third season of FMN Prize for Innovation.
I wanted to have a farm that would resonate the origin of life. I don't think they've heard about my kind of technology. If they had, I wouldn't be here. So the idea is to sell it to them, make them understand it. So I'm going to try to bring out our unique value, why we stand out in the market. My name is Melty Stephanie. I am the CEO of Green Eden Farms Limited, located in Jos, the capital of Plateau State. Today, I am here to broadcast everything that I'm doing on Green Eden. Let's meet Sadia. Sadia is a subsistence farmer in Plateau State. Sadia is currently a victim of the adverse effects of climate change. Last year, Sadia lost her tomato farm and her rice farm to drought and then flooding, respectively. Sadly, she's not alone. According to the World Meteorological Organization, over 100 million Africans are affected by climate change. Now, this is a very large degree of casualties. Now, with the limitations that are experienced, we've been working to develop services and technologies which will enhance Sadia to people like Sadia and myself, smallholder farmers, to be able to scale through procedures that will limit our production. In 2020, I co-founded Green Eden Farms with a mandate. My mandate was to combat the effect of food shortage and to improve crop production using advanced innovative technologies such as artificial intelligence and precision farming. In the same 2020, I imported foreign technologies such as drip irrigation systems, farm sensors, and software. Now, the expenses and cost of this produce limited us, and myself and other farmers were unable to produce this. In a bid to secure and provide solutions, I was determined to find affordable solutions to reduce the effects of climate change for smallholder farmers. Today, I am excited to introduce to you Green Eden Farms. Green Eden Farms is a manufacturer of affordable precision technology to enhance precision agriculture. At Green Eden Farms, we are leveraging on the use of innovative technologies like artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. Our vision is clear: to develop and deploy these advanced technologies to help farmers technologies like crop management systems, farm automated systems, and low-cost greenhouses. Now, what this is going to do is going to serve as a shield to secure these farmers against the unpredictable stance of climate change. My team and I have been working extensively, and we've been able to land partnerships with the Global Center on Adaptation, African Development Bank, as well as CoLead. And we believe that with these partnerships, we can scale up, increase production, and reach many other boundaries which have been set, cultural barriers which have been set in our society today. That is why I am here today. I am here today to seek for assistance and investment for Green Eden. I believe that an investment and a partnership with the flour mills of Nigeria can do a lot of things for Green Eden Farms. Amongst this is the improvement of our precision agricultural technologies. It's also going to help us to gain more adoption to our technology and also increase our research capacity. We are committed to the principles of sustainability, which the mandate aligns with: no hunger, zero poverty, and every other SDG that we are aligning with in an aspect to provide food, reduce the cost of production, and enhance productivity for farmers like myself. Today, I stand before you to say that we are committed to enhancing sustainability in our immediate environment using our innovation. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie, and congratulations for making it to the top 5.
Thank you.
I'll ask the first question.
All right.
Your target market is subsistence and smallholder farmers, if I'm correct?
Yes.
So how do you intend to overcome the challenges around access to, in fact, digital literacy knowledge, access to digital tools because of the platforms that will hold your software, challenge of internet infrastructure, because you're very strongly dependent on internet accessibility for your devices, and even the cost of data?
Okay. I'll say first that when we developed this app, we had all of these problems, all of these hindrances in mind. So the first thing we tried to curb, the first thing we tried to limit was the availability of technology. So what we did when we were building the apps and the sensors was that we used Arduino LoRaWAN technology, that is for long-range, wide-area network. And what this tech does is that it enables the farmers to be able to use our technology without the internet. That was like the first barrier we had to overcome. Also, we had to bridge the cultural gap, the limits between the rural farmers and the urban farmers, where we had about 68% gap of mobile phones encroachments in these areas. Now, what we did was we made it that our LoRaWAN technology does not need internet, and at the same time, it only needs a GSM, not necessarily an advanced phone.
I love this, Stephanie. It's really exciting to see, and well done for making it this far. I would like to know more about the farmers that you're working with. Do farmers already have to have a greenhouse in order to use your technology? Have you found farmers that are building greenhouses so that they can use your technology? How many farmers, or is it just that you have your test farm now in your greenhouse and you're trying to expand it? Just give us an idea of where you're at right now.
Okay. Part of our grand plan is that we're providing crop automation systems, we're providing crop monitoring systems, and we're providing low-cost greenhouses. So we're working with farmers who already have their greenhouses. That's when we're doing consultations and all of that. Then we're working with farmers who are putting in strategies to have their greenhouses. They're looking for people to help them build greenhouses. Then we're also trying to promote greenhousing, precision agriculture. So in precision agriculture, I think the main factor there is the greenhouses. So we're encouraging that they go into precision agriculture, they're increasing yield. We're also encouraging that they learn about their greenhouses. They don't just have to plant, and then at the end of the day, the greenhouses die due to factors they could not control. And then we're also consulting for people who have greenhouses. So we're keeping the business of agriculture afloat.
Could you touch a little bit on the IoT devices and then the software itself? And just have a good idea how it's been manufactured. Is this parts from imported, which of course have foreign exchange components? Are they developed locally? How is it done? And how did you, and what is the range of what the software can do?
In 2020, when we began Precision Family proper, we imported foreign technology. But then we had a lot of issues. The costs were high. So, and also we had like border control issues and all of those things. We would order parts and then they would take a long time to get here. The money was always already getting out of hand. So what we did was I sat with my team and then we thought about it. We produced we thought about solutions to this, and at the end of the day, we discovered, oh, we can actually get this component and then create our technology, our hardware component on this farm. And what we did by doing that is that we limited the cost for it. So we made it affordable to the average farmer here. And then we were also able to assemble our tech ourselves. So there is no dependence on foreign parts of this component.
If I look at the team that you had shown in one of your slides, and probably by extension the other folks that are behind the scenes that are driving this so far, how would you describe what the connective tissue is that sort of binds you all together? That's the first question.
So for everybody on our team, we all have a growth story. We all have that drive, something that has the threads that has hold us together to agriculture. For me, I was born to subsistence farmers in northern Nigeria. And growing up, I was always having to experience losses at the end of the seasons. We'll go to the farms. We have our parents, our neighbors, who are also farmers, lament about this. There's a common passion and drive to do more for the society, to be able to provide food. And just not provide food, to be able to provide food that is affordable and sustainable. So by detecting crop pests and diseases, we're not just providing food, we're providing healthy food. We're enabling the farmers to grow healthy food. And then all of these has given the team an ability to move in synergy and harmony. So we're thinking alike, since we have a common goal to stop the effects of climate change in our immediate community, one community at a time, one country at a time. Then we are moving with that goal.
Anat is an agri-tech company that focuses on the design and development of technology-driven solutions for poultry management. So far, the money I've been using is my personal money, the one I have got from family and friends. So if I'm favored with these funds, they will be my first investor. Good day, judges. My name is Agri. I am the CEO and co-founder of Anat, an agri-tech startup designed to improve the productivity of poultry farms through cutting-edge technology and precision agriculture. Dear judges, I would like to ask you a question. Do you know that poultry meat is the second most consumed meat globally? That is because of its significant protein content. Today, we likely cannot think about rice without chicken. Unfortunately, a lot of farmers are facing significant challenges, including climate-induced shocks, extreme heat as we are experiencing now, and even energy shortages jeopardizing their livelihoods. Extreme temperatures, poor air quality, and the reliance on harmful energy sources have become hindrances to farmers' ability to maintain optimal environmental conditions for their poultry. As a poultry farmer myself, I've witnessed firsthand the devastating impact these challenges have on resources, productivity, and incomes. Precision agriculture is the answer, and that is where our game-changing solution at Anat comes in. At Anat, we've developed a smart poultry brooder. It is called the Anat Integrated Poultry Management System, or AIPMS for short. So this is our AIPMS. Our product, the AIPMS, utilizes smart Internet of Things sensors to monitor and automate poultry farms, measuring temperature, humidity, air quality, and feed levels in real time. Coupled with our mobile application, farmers can access data analytics and make informed decisions to optimize farm operations. Additionally, we've added a clean energy extension in AIPMS to power off-grid farms, thereby ensuring sustainable and efficient poultry production. How do we make money? It's simple. We sell our AIPMS to poultry farmers for a nominal fee of $150. We also supplement it with a subscription-based service tailored to farm size and customization needs. Additionally, we generate profits from the sale of solar-powered extension modules in AIPMS and other value-added services like data analytics and consulting. We tested this model last year in our first pilot, where we sold to over 40 poultry farmers in north-central Nigeria, generating over $6,000 in revenue. Our market potential for Anat is enormous with the Nigerian market alone, constituting to over $11 billion in net worth. Our market our service obtainable markets include small to medium-sized poultry farms in Nigeria, representing a market segment of over 100,000 farms. Our addressable market is Nigeria. Our impact at Anat so far has been monumental. Our product, the AIPMS, is helping farmers to address their challenges through precision agriculture and clean energy. Our work is contributing to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 20 Hunger, SDG 9 Industry and Innovation, and SDG 7 Clean Energy for Farmers. Dear judges, today I'm seeking for your investment in my company, Anat, to help me and my team improve our technology, our mobile application, and to allow us protect our intellectual property and scale our solution for the good of all poultry farmers in Nigeria and beyond. Thank you.
So I'm very interested in where you are in the development of your application. I saw that you had put on the slide that it was 40% functional. So if you can give us just an overview of what stage you are in the application development process, has it been tested, and the like. So that's number one. The second question is, how are you and your team, or who is on your team that has is it yourself or anybody else on your team that has the ability to also develop this app? So I'm curious to know the technical capabilities of your team to develop and continue to sustain the application.
Okay, thank you so much for a question, man. Okay, our mobile application, we are 40% stage to finish it. So we have our researcher who is Joshua. He's the one that has the capability to build the mobile application. So I'm not the one that is building the mobile application. He's the one that is building the application for our company. So we are now it's just 50% that is remaining for us to finish the mobile application.
So can you do anything now or not yet? It's still in the development phase?
Yeah, we are still working on it.
Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm.
If money was not an issue, how would you go about taking what you have now to a point where it helps to make the impact that you've sort of very nicely described across the country? You talked about where you are today in the addressable market, but perhaps you can give a bit more detail as to that journey, because that wasn't quite clear in the presentation.
If I'm favored with these funds, I promise it will go a long way. We are also designing training programs for farmers. So these funds can help us expand the training programs, and it can also help us to scale our company. So it also helps us to scale our company, to expand it so that more poultry farmers can benefit from it. And it will expand our market service address.
You said the app is about 50%, 40% completed. Are you guys writing the code yourselves, or did you hire someone to do it?
Yeah, we have software engineers that write the code for us.
And they're in the team right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. And it's just a matter of time before they finish it?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it. Thanks.
Can you speak a little bit about the team and what brought you all together and how you all came together? Because partnerships are very important, and I'm curious how all of you started this journey and to bring you to where you are today.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Like I mentioned earlier in the pitch, I have been a poultry farmer for some years. So I've seen the challenges faced by poultry farmers. So I decided to do something. I started looking for ways that will help me to provide solutions for this. So in the process of that, I got to meet them. I got to meet people that were also passionate about this. People that also wanted to create solutions to these challenges confronting poultry farming. So that was how I got to meet my team, Sefa Peter, our Chief Operations Officer, and Sunday Mandu, technology officer, Naret Booksheet, product manager, and BD, Roland, economics and marketer. I'm not the only one that owns the business. So we share our ideas, we bring our ideas together to build our technology. But I hold like 70 to 80% of the business. So the 30% is shared among our team that come together with their ideas to continue to improve the business.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Miriam. It was great to meet you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Farmspace Technology is an agri-technology startup that provides access to soil testing services. We have developed an AI-powered soil testing device that enables smallholder farmers carry out tests of their soil while on the field and have the result in a very short time, around 25 minutes to 1 hour. Winning the competition is a goal. It will actually help us go far in terms of publicity. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Tijani Ali Lawal. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Farmspace Technology. We are an agri-technology startup that provides soil testing as a services to smallholder farmers. We enable them test their soil and provide data-driven information for them to grow more food sustainably from the analysis of their soil data. Healthy soils is an essential component of producing healthy food. However, in Nigeria, most of the smallholder farmers in Nigeria lack access to proper soil testing, or most of them are not even aware of the importance of maintaining a better soil fertility to enable them produce good food. Most of the soil testing laboratories in Nigeria are not actually located they are actually located in urban areas while most of these smallholder farmers that we are targeting are in the rural areas. And soil testing is expensive. It's actually not affordable for these smallholder farmers. Then even though when after the soil has been tested, it takes around 2 to 3 weeks, which most of the time it comes with delay, and these farmers cannot actually transmit the result into action. There's a problem throughout the globe. Climate change has disrupted agriculture, and due to unsustainable agricultural practices by these smallholder farmers, it increases their problem. And the problem is not only limited to smallholder farmers. Even larger scale farmers are facing the same issue in terms of climate change. Around third amount of the arable land in the world has been degraded. Then in Nigeria, or let me say in Africa, we are over 65% due to our problem, because of the lack of the infrastructure and lack of this information about soil testing and soil to improve soil fertility, has made over 65% of our arable land degraded. Over 80% of farmers in Nigeria are smallholder farmers. So they waste over 75% of their resources due to lack of information, and which increases their cost of production and reduces their crop yield by 60%. What we do is that we offer smallholder farmers soil testing as a services, whereby we give them access, and we give them access to affordable soil testing in order to help them collect data that they can make decisions. We actually help these farmers determine the fertility level of their soil and give them recommendation based on their soil data on the type, level, and what time to use farming inputs such as fertilizer, such as irrigation, and to actually enable them to understand what level of production they are expecting from their farm. So what we are using to help them generate this data is a precise agricultural sensors, and which we help them develop an accurate, personalized data based on their farm, based on their land. We give them recommendation of the most suitable crop and what type of fertilizer they are going to apply to produce more. This is our product. This device is we actually built the device ourselves. You can see it's a lab in a box that you can we collect soil samples. We subject the soil sample into for an analysis. We get the result and convert the result of the coefficient of the soil property, the soil fertility, to give farmers a precise result on what resources and what time and what type of resources they are going to use in order to increase their productivity and reduce the cost of production. Then the device costs around 125,000 naira to produce, and it's actually powered by battery, but we actually charge it with solar panel. Then after finishing everything, we print the results of their soil test to them. So in order to actually guide them through, we don't only test the soil. After testing the soil, we print a timetable for them that carries them through the timeline of their production process. Our team is made up of passionate agriculturists and business people. We mostly grow up. Most of us grow up in the rural area, so we have a background from. We actually know the problem. We grew up in rural areas. I grew up in Makurdi, so I grew up in that's the food basket of the nation. So we know much about growing food. So we have interacted with these primary producers. We have grew up with the primary producers, so we know their problem. So we have the requisite skills and experience to drive our company to the final point that we have planned. So this is our contact page. And I want to say soil testing is an important feature if we want to actually transform the food sector in Nigeria from the point it is and to the point that we want it to be. And it's only through precision agriculture that we can actually produce enough food for us to eat. I want to tell us that you can join us in this journey to actually ensure that we're able to produce safe and healthy and sustainable food for all in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much to David, and congratulations again for working in final debate.
Thank you.
So I'm curious to understand your product a bit more in terms of how do you develop it? Is this something you fabricate?
In terms of the machine, some of the parts we fabricated it ourselves here, but some of the parts of the machines like the sensors and the board with the LED screen, we imported it. But we actually coupled the machine here because most of these machines that come from that's one of the problems that most of these soil testing devices are having. When you bring them, some of them are not compatible with our systems. So you have to do some little adjustment to ensure that you are able to get what you actually want.
How do you build and scale this business in a way that makes economic sense and also provides this needed service for the farmers?
First and foremost, we are a small business now. We have 7 units of our product, which we are able to do it ourselves. But we now think as if adding more systems, like if we have let's say adding the 10 systems and we have 17 systems, we are going to go into partnership like a franchise model with some of the key partners like agronomists and agro dealers and the extension workers that we actually want to partner with.
On average, how long does it take to make any one of those devices, and what does that translate to in terms of the ability to meet that projection that you just confirmed?
The device, we can actually fabricate the device in 7 days. Then the components that we need from abroad, we can actually place order and get it in 2 weeks. So what we actually do is, if we want to fabricate the device, we start everything at the same time. We'll be fabricating while making orders of the next component.
So when the farmer tested their soil, you went to their field, they tested it. What did they actually do differently that then, the information allowed them to do?
Most of the farmers that we met that are smallholder farmers, they actually use guesswork. They just farm buy fertilizer, buy crop. They don't check anything on their soil. They just use it maybe from, some of them have learnt it from their parents, and most of them have heard from some other people that I'm using this type of fertilizer. So my crops are blossom, so let me use it, without knowing that there is a difference between the soil structure. So first and foremost, it was very difficult for us to actually approach them because they are skeptic about why are you bringing device today for us to tell us that it will increase. So what we actually did was that we actually started with the lands that have been left bare. That's the lands that are unproductive. So the farmers have aligned that they are not going to farm in that land. So after testing that land, we find out that the land have enough nutrient, but the pH of the soil is very high. And pH is the value that actually allows plant to actually sync with the nutrient. So after correcting the pH value, we now give somebody the farm. Then the person now farmed for 4 months. He farmed tomatoes. So we gave him the timeline of the timetables, the nutrient that he needs, the management that he needs in terms of the agronomic practices until harvest. So after this is the land that cannot even grow one single tomato. But after working on the land is able to produce tomato like ×3 of what they are producing.
Thank you very much, Tijani.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Chukwuma Daniel, and I'm the head farmer of Oua Farms, Nigeria. So I've always had a passion for growing things. When I was a little kid, let's say 8, 9, I grew beans in my backyard. So that spoiled me. I love seeing little things thrive from seed, and then they grow, they mature, they become fruitful, we can use it. So I've always had that drive as a kid for growing stuff. So we are always on the lookout at our group for opportunities. So we saw this FMN Prize for Innovation among one of our network on the internet. We applied for it, and we were quite excited to be selected as the top finalists. We adequately prepared, but our number one expectation is to showcase our technology and our innovation and how we can change the face of aquaculture in Nigeria. But also importantly, the money. We're looking at the 5 million, we want to win it. Oua Farms is a youth-driven agri organization formed in 2018 and located in Lagos. The farm was formed as a result of the prevalent youth unemployment in Nigeria that is still there till date. I myself was an unemployed youth in 2018 with a passion for agriculture. So I founded the Oua Farm to show that youth can find self-employment and self-empowerment in the Nigerian agri space. The farm, this also forms our core belief that more youth participation in the Nigerian agri space will lead to innovation in the Nigerian agri sector, more food productivity, and all in all food security. But the Nigerian agri space is very vast, so we can't play in every sector. So we are focused on the aquaculture value chain. So let's look at the aquaculture value chain for a moment. Nigeria consumes over 3.6 million tons of fish every year. This stat is backed up by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and is projected to reach 6 million tons of fish by the year 2050. This is in just 26 years' time. Out of this, we are only able to produce 1 million tons of fish currently. That leaves us with a fish supply gap of over 2.6 million tons of fish. And if this gap is not adequately addressed, we might find ourselves facing food insecurity in Nigeria. So why are we having fish gap in Nigeria? Why are we not producing enough fish in Nigeria? A host of reasons causes this. One is the old and traditional models of fish farming that is still being practiced in Nigeria. Methods like concrete ponds, earthen ponds, and plastic ponds don't allow for large-scale fish farming. There's also the problem of access to land that hinders the expansion for existing farmers, and it also hinders new entries. There's also the problem of maintaining water quality. Water quality is very important in fish farming and is a challenge currently faced by fish farmers. There's also access to capital, knowledge of aquaculture best management practices, and a general lack of innovation in the Nigerian aquaculture sector. So all these and more are part of the reason why Nigeria does not produce enough fish. So how do we solve this problem? Cage culture aquatic system. So what is cage culture aquatic system? It's a sustainable way in which we can farm large amounts of fish on existing water bodies like lagoons, oceans, rivers, and the rest. With cage culture, fishes are farmed in large mass in available water bodies. And with cage culture, unlike other models of fish farming like concrete ponds, earthen ponds that are prevalent in Nigeria, cage culture minimizes its environmental impact while in the same time supporting large-scale fish production. So cage culture is already looking like the messiah of fish farming. So let's look how cage culture addresses the former challenges that we've listed. It will lead to increased fish production in Nigeria due to the reason that cage culture supports large-scale fish farming. There's also no need for farmers to own land. This will support existing farmers to expand and also support new farmers to enter without the need to own land. And it maintains water quality, as I've said earlier, that water quality is a challenge. But with using cage culture, farming on available water bodies, there is no need to change the water. So water quality is assured throughout the production cycle. This leads to the growth of the Nigerian aquaculture sector, reducing our fish unemployment, creating jobs, and leading to sustainable increased production in the Nigerian food sector. So in conclusion, cage culture has the potential to to play an important role in our food system, especially in reducing the high amount of fish that we import. So I'm calling on you judges again to declare cage culture the winner so we can take concrete steps into achieving food security in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have two initial questions. What breeds of fish, and then who do you sell to?
At our farm, we deal with catfish and tilapia. Cage culture system allows us to use any species of fish, and the catfish and the tilapia is the most farmed fish species in Nigeria. And as we said earlier, who do we sell to? We have wholesale buyers that once our fishes are ready, we just need to give them a day or 2 days notice. They will come and mop up the fish. We also have retailers, as I've said, market women that come to the farm, buy this fish, and distribute it in local markets.
When you think about scale, for you, is it scaling your specific business, or is it about scaling the technology and selling the technology to other farms? Between those two, where do you think what drives profitability for you?
We are incredibly profit-driven, so we want to produce more fish with cage culture. But with the amount of fish that is lacking in Nigeria, no one company can supply that. The largest fish farm in Nigeria is Premium Aquaculture, capable of producing just 1,000 tons of fish. So this technology, we see it being replicated across other young farmers like us in Nigeria, in the Niger Delta, in the north. As much as they have access to water body, they can access this technology and scale.
Can you speak a little bit about how you manage fish health and how you're thinking about scaling and addressing fish health as you scale?
We've actually undergone extensive training before venturing into cage culture. Last year, we were in Egypt, in Abasalt, with World Fish, where we learned more about cage culture, even though we've been doing it for 2 years, but there's still more knowledge that needed to be learned, and we are still open to learning. We also have machines that we use to check water parameters. As I've said earlier, water quality is a key reason why most farmers can't maintain fish health. Once you can maintain water quality, most of your fish problem is almost reduced to less than 10%. But that water quality can be maintained with cage culture, so that is not a problem. Also talking about scaling and how we change the route to market, we also undergo different fish processing activities in our facility. So we do not only just produce fish, we also blast feed them. Then that way we're able to move them to longer distance. Let's say somebody wants fish in Anambra, we're able to move fish to Anambra. We also undergo the process of fish drying, especially our catfish, because we know Nigerians love dry catfish. So we also undergo that process, and we're able to distribute it to the different markets that are available. But I must stress that the Nigerian fish market is so large that I don't think that any young upscale fish farmer is going to have a problem for his market. There is a market for your fish. Once there is fish, there is market. There's 2.6 million tons of market left untapped in Nigeria every year.
Thanks so far for the responses. What's sort of churning in my mind is the major bottleneck that you did acknowledge about the access to the waterway, that is basically an underpinning of being able to really achieve the vision that you've described. How do you, I think you kind of talked about it's a policy issue, but how do you feel in a practical way that can be addressed?
So in a practical way, I believe that the government of Nigeria should make water accessible to those that want to use it for farming. Just the same way that they don't charge people to use land for farming, the same way they shouldn't charge a fish farmer to use the waterways for farming. I must commend the Lagos State government because they've made access to the waterways accessible to those that want to venture into fish farming. Over the last 2 years, we've had that relationship with Lagos, and we've been able to use the waterways. And as much as we want to expand in Lagos, we can. The problem will be moving past Lagos to other states that we do not know how to navigate the bureaucracy. But if there's a federal decree saying that all waterways in Nigeria should be accessible for farmers for fish farming, and this will increase our local production, I think that's a more practical way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
The Olivet actually built hardware and software to help create what we call closed-loop farms. We believe that farms don't need electricity from the grid. They don't need to waste money on chemical fertilizer as well as animal feed. That they can use whatever organic waste they produce to actually generate this. My biggest strategy is just, talking about what we do. It's our biggest passion. So we are so obsessed with innovation. We are also obsessed about, selling our innovation. So I believe I'll go there. I'll just sell what we do. Good day. My name is Tunde Adeyemi. I am the CEO and one of the founders of the Olivet. The Olivet is the acronym for three names of researchers who have worked with thousands of farmers in Nigeria. And we've been able to identify a gap. We discovered that farmers spend about 50% of their yearly revenue on farm expenses. There are two main money gulpers. The first is actually energy. Farms actually require a significant amount of energy for operations as well as to power machineries. And the second is actually input in the area of fertilizer as well as animal feed. And we believe farms should be closed-looped. What we mean that farms should be closed-looped is that farms should be able to actually generate their own clean energy as well as produce their own clean organic feed as well as fertilizer from all the waste they actually produce. It is a lot more advanced, but it is still very easy to use. It's designed for smallholder farmers. It processes about 30 types of organic waste, from cow to chicken to pig and other type of organic waste. Over time, we've been able to get some certifications for our innovation. This is an example of the biotank. This is in a farm called Guduba in Ogun State. Basically, in the morning when the farms open, they have to flush out all the chicken poop. This goes on landfills, and this instead generates clean energy which they actually connect to combustion engine that actually powers the entire farm itself. It produces heat for them, it powers their mixers, their crushers, and all the available hardwares. And also they get bioslurry in the form of animal feed. We've been able to actually turn this technology around from what it used to be. We have merged AI with our own. We have what we call the Bio360 AI chatbot. We've integrated it with English, Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo languages. Basically, all it does is if you have like, let's say 50 kg of organic waste, it can give you up to like 20 different kinds of options on what you can do with it. Okay, you need fertilizer with it. It guides you how to go through this, looking at weather options and other factors. And then our innovation is also prefabricated, meaning you can assemble it within 5 to 10 minutes. You can also disassemble it and move it from point A to point B. And then we are also doing research on what we call valorization, meaning if you want to actually produce organic fertilizer that is as efficient as the chemical fertilizer, it is very possible. It's just using some of our bioenzymes. We've been able to get patents for 3 of them. And then we have a very large market in Nigeria. We have about 60 million people that use this fossil fuel on a daily basis in rural as well as urban areas. We have about 30 million farmers that use this chemical fertilizer. We are targeting 5% of this market. We deploy the buy now, pay later model as well as pay as you go, meaning a customer can actually pay us. They can pay us about 1,000 naira on daily basis until they are done with their payments. We make our revenue from 4 sources: hardware sales, service and training, hardware support, and third-party accessories. We have competition. They are all foreign. Avenam is from India, Amoco is from China, B-Biogas is from Berlin, and Sistema Bio is from Mexico. We don't know why they are all obsessed about cow poop. We realize that, what about communities that don't have cows? Like in southern Nigeria, we are more focused on chickens and pork. What happened to their own droppings? What about fiber waste? So basically, this is what we are doing. We are actually looking at the areas they neglect, and we are actually making sure this organic waste can actually become economical for. We are also about to launch what we call the biotank version 2.0. It's going to be a 100,000 liter single system built solely from rubbers and recycled materials. We also want to launch what we call the Bio360 chatbot. Presently, we've gotten the full go-ahead from Riken BRC. It is the largest bioresources research center in the world. It's based in Japan. So we are going to integrate most of their data to our AI chatbot. And then we also want to change our name from the Olivet to BOTA, which stands for Bioorganic Technologies Africa. These are the team members. I presently started my PhD. We are all researchers, like I said, so our strength is in applied research and working with a lot of farmers, understanding their pain points and trying to solve their problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tunde. Congratulations on making it to the last 5 of the innovation pitch competition. In terms of your business model and sales traction, can you give us a sense of what proportion of your revenue have come from the product that they are pitching now? Because you showed us, the sales, hardware sales, support, accessories, and the like. So I wasn't sure if it was just this or the other parts of your business.
Presently, we made about more than 70% of our sales from hardware support. The others come from training. Presently, our agreement with Integra is worth about $250,000. It's just for training. So it has nothing to do with our hardware. So we can actually get our hardware anywhere. So it's not necessarily we import it or we transport it to far distances. So most of our revenue comes from hardware sales. And then when it comes to our IP, we filed for an IP. So presently we're in talk with a lawyer in Nigeria as well as in Benin Republic to make sure we protect our bioenzymes. Our hardware can easily be imitated by anybody. The uniqueness is actually what accelerates the organic waste and breaks it down within 3 to 5 days. And you can actually generate quality natural gas as well as bioslurry from it. So that is what we are presently protecting.
So I want to understand this at a unit level. This guy that's holding one bag, how many chickens or how much chicken poop do you need? Can you just walk us through actually like how it works?
Okay, this is a chicken farm with a poultry with about 2,000 chickens. And then from our own little data, we discovered that they generate about close to 100 kg of poop on I think daily basis. So it goes here. So
somebody shovels it and puts it inside the bag every day.
The bag this boy is holding, this is actually the bag here. The bag. He came to buy gas from the poultry. Oh. So the poultry has gone beyond just powering their own farm. They are selling biogas as well. as to the communities around them. So they are using it in their own farm or their home to
power
actually,
generator.
exactly, to power generator, to generate
And that
electricity.
bag, once it gets filled with it's like an aerobic reaction or something?
This is just about 3 cubic meters, so it can actually function for as long as 6 hours. So if it's very, very filled up, so it can function for up to 6 hours.
Okay.
And it can also be used for cooking at home, so it works just like a normal LPG gas.
Got it. Thank you.
You have the waste from the poultry,
Yes.
and it generates the gas.
Yes.
What is that ratio of poop, that poultry waste that's there, to the gas that's being generated? And what is that cycle coming in? And is there a point where that waste is no longer usable and you have to discard it, or it's always there in perpetuity that is usable? Now, a lot of this waste as well, for many poultry farmers, they'll dry it and then sell it.
Yeah.
So is that still a revenue model for them, or they can no longer sell it at any point in time because they're now using it for this purpose?
The unique thing our technology does is it has what we call a breeding system. The organic waste, after actually generating the gas creates some kind of pressure in it, and it pushes out the waste it has actually broken down. The one it has actually converted into gas, it pushes it out automatically. You don't need a manual labor for this. Basically, all they just need is they just need to put this small plastic beside a funnel mouth. I think we have one here, so it comes out automatically. Now, depending on the kind of organic waste you feed inside, for example, if it's cassava waste, the bioslurry, the thickened part, can actually be dried, and then you can use this to feed cows, as well as folics livestock. But for chickens, the bioslurry is 100% safe as either organic fertilizer or for catfishes.
So can I go from using cow poop to the next day switching to poultry poop in the same set of systems? Or?
Actually, we recommend having different units. So
you can't just switch
when you mix the two, the bioslurry might not be useful. So if you put maybe, let's say, pig poop and cow poop together, if the slurry comes out, it might not be 100% safe for livestock. So you have to put them separately. The gas is the same, so the gas that actually powers and that inflates the bags are the same, but the slurry that comes out after the organic waste has gone through the process of producing the gas, the outputs are different, so the slurries are different.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
And so to all our viewers out there you've seen all our top 5 contestants for the 3rd season of the FMN Prize for Innovation. How well do they do? Do you have favorites yet? Who is your winner before we find out who the judges have adjudged the winner of the 3rd season of FMN PFI? How are you feeling actually generally? Generally, how are you feeling? One word. I'll start with Mira.
Great.
Great, nice. Meso?
Intrigued.
Intrigued, nice.
Inspired.
Inspired.
Encouraged.
Encouraged. I love it. That's good. And your body language seems to tell me that you've enjoyed the last few minutes. I know it's quite a task to determine who will walk away today with the 5 million Naira grand prize. So let me talk to Meso. So before we left, I'd spoken to our other judges, and I wanted to ask you, so far you've seen all 5 contestants. Do you have favorites? I want to ask you who. Or do you have favorites yet?
It's like asking a parent and their child. No, I don't. I think they all have different stories. But what was going through my mind is that to be an entrepreneur is not easy. Coming from idea and concept and to build a business. And you have to also be a little bit crazy as well, because you have no idea where the journey is going to go. So as I've seen each of these entrepreneurs come forward with their ideas, I can see looking forward, the journey is not going to be easy, but I've also seen the passion they've had around the ideas and how they want to implement the ideas. And for me, that's exciting, seeing that passion, that energy. And I'm rooting for them, and hopefully they have the support that they need, both advice and everything else around it to actually achieve their plans.
Now, the beauty of the FMN Prize for Innovation is the fact that, like I mentioned earlier on, that right here on the stage, they have the opportunity to receive feedback from our distinguished panel of judges, which they have. And what we believe is that beyond today's competition, they will take the feedback seriously and actually implement it to grow their businesses. Something else that's really unique about this season of the Prize for Innovation is that we have a live studio audience. So very shortly, and in the course of today's competition, they get to see firsthand potential change makers in Nigeria who would use their solutions to drive food self-sufficiency using precision agriculture. So we're going to leave you now for a few minutes to deliberate and come back to us with who will walk away with a grand prize of 5 million naira, and beyond that, have bragging rights of being the winner of the 3rd season of the FMN Prize for Innovation. We'll be back shortly. Who do you think would emerge winner and go away with 5 million naira? Who do you think?
Tijani.
Orisha Farm.
We're having such a great time as live audience here in the studio. So exciting. But before I go, they've all said who they think their winners are. Who do you think is going to walk away with a grand prize of 5 million naira and emerge as the winner of the 3rd season of the FMN Prize for Innovation? Welcome back to the live broadcast of the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 3. The judges are back after deliberating as to who will emerge as the winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 3. Good afternoon and welcome back. How has it been today?
It's been a good day.
Yeah.
I agree with you. The pitches have been excellent, haven't they?
They have. They have.
Okay, so after about 1,000 quality entries, we had our top 5 contestants pitch their great ideas to the judges today. Let's find out how the judges feel about them and, very importantly, unveil the winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 3. At this point, we'd like to welcome back our top 5 contestants. Welcome back to our top 5 contestants, and I dare say at this point that each of them are already winners, as they have emerged top 5 out of about 1,000 entries across Nigeria. And I'm sure that as you've heard the quality of their pitches, you would agree that they do deserve their spot in the spotlights today. Now, before we go on to announce who our winners are, I'd like to ask the judges to give feedback to our top 5 contestants. And so I'll be starting with Mira.
Great. My feedback is for Stephanie from Green Eden Farms. Really well done on the presentation and on showing the passion. One piece of feedback I would give for you for next time is to try to think through a way to articulate the benefit to your customer. So when you think about the benefit of the sensors in your greenhouse, is there a way to put numbers behind that? With this, my customers are able to increase their yields by this or decrease disease by that. That kind of quantification can help us to understand why somebody wants to buy this thing and put it in their greenhouse. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mira. That was excellent feedback. Meswell?
My feedback is for Tijani Lawal. And your idea is really focusing on an area where there's a real need. We really need to figure out how to boost crop yields. And I think some of what you're working on really addresses that. The feedback is around the thinking through the business case of how do you actually scale this? How do you actually price these services accordingly to make sure that you can actually cover the different costs that you have? But is there a need here? Yes. Do farmers need support? Yes. And the question is then how do you provide this to them in a way that makes economic sense for you as well?
Spot on. Thank you. Adenike?
My feedback is for Marian Agbo of Anat Limited. We were quite excited to hear your idea in the poultry space. Everyone will agree that it's a space that is significantly challenged, and any innovation that can help farmers ensure reduced mortality, ensure that the space and the conditioning around where their birds are stored would be very good. We just would have liked to hear a bit more about your innovation process and the ability of the application to really meet the needs of, the target farmers. And then also about your utilization of the grant funds. We thought that, there could have been a bit more information about that. But again, thank you.
And now to you, Bola.
Thank you. So my feedback is to Tunde from the Olivet. I think the one area of feedback that I would like to give on behalf of the judges is around taking the idea to a point where you can scale it, across the country.
Right, thank you. Thank you. Well, I'll come back to you, Adenike, for our final feedback for today.
Yes, so my final feedback will be for Chukuma Daniel. You are playing in a space where there is a very large and wide market gap, and you were able to really talk about that data set. But also you showed us that this was also a business space that you've been involved in over the years. The challenge that we have, and there was a question that we asked you a few times, was, which we felt to be, may be of an hindrance to you scaling, will be your access, your ability to be able to access the open water space, like you're thinking of, just because of the regulatory bottleneck that exists in the space. So it's really something we would like you to really think through, and you have to think of it within your business model, because it will be a huge challenge for scalability for you.
Great. Thank you so much, Adenike. Thank you to all our fantastic judges. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. Can you hear my heart beating? And I'm not even one of the contestants. I can't imagine how they feel. But like we mentioned earlier, I hope they feel really proud of the work they've done so far, because truly they are winners. And so at this point, I'll turn our attention to our judges who will be presenting to us. Those who will sadly be leaving us at this point of the competition.
I've seen through the lens of the judges and also from the contestants' point of view, and I've been able to understand certain things, the do's and don'ts of, pitch.
For the past 10 years, I'm a passionate farmer. I've been farming the best hybrid seed in Nigeria, which is brought by Flowmill. So I'm very happy to be here.
I learned from the first contestant, trade by barter, which our business studies teacher taught us. When you trade goods for goods, service for service, in order to get what you want.
Thank you. So before I mention the names, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. It's not easy to, in a short period of time, pitch your ideas to a panel of judges. And I'm sure there's a lot more that you wanted to say. I think there were different aspects of what each one of you were doing that we're very excited about, but unfortunately only 3 people can move on to the next round. But I think this has been a good learning experience for each and every one of you as well. So I'm going to read the names of the 2 individuals who will not be proceeding to the next stage. Miriam Arbo and Chukuma Daniel. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Miriam and Chukuma. Thank you for being a part of the competition and making it thus far. You are truly winners. Now we have some products for you on behalf of or courtesy of FMN. And so we hope and wish you all the best in your business in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have our top three. Just before we announce whom the second and first runners-up are, and ultimately our winner, allow me to remind us of what's at stake. The winner of today's prize for innovation goes home with 5 million naira in support of their idea, their innovation, and their business. The first runner-up goes home with 3 million naira, while the second runner-up goes home with 2 million naira. FMN is passionate about championing food self-sufficiency and food security in Nigeria and the continent of Africa. And so at this point, for our friends, family members, viewers at home, it's the moment that we have been waiting for. Who will emerge winner of the third season of the FMN Prize for Innovation? At this point, I'll turn to you, Bola, to announce to us who the second runner-up is, going away with 2 million naira.
Thank you. I'm sure the suspense is killing all three of you at this point, but I think I'd like to join Ayo in congratulating all of you for making it up to this point. And I also confess that even at the judges level, it wasn't an easy decision to make. And so, Tijani, I'd like to ask you to accept the second runner-up position based on the judges' decision, and to congratulate you accordingly, and wish you all the best.
Congratulations, Tijani. You are today's second runner-up, and you're going away with 2 million naira. Congratulations. Tijani will be leaving us at this point of the competition. Well done, Tijani. Well done. Whew. It's now time to reveal our winner for today. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 3 is... We'll be back after this break.
Enjoy the delicious, nourishing, and satisfying taste of Golden Penny Semovita. My soup's first choice.
Welcome back to the live broadcast of the FMN Prize for Innovation Season 3 pitch event. Just before the break, we were about to announce who will be walking away with 5 million naira, having been announced as the winner of the third season of the Prize for Innovation. Before we proceed, we have Stephanie and Tunde. Stephanie, may I please ask you to move to the other side of the hall? Thank you. Brilliant. Now, I can't but ask you, how are you feeling right now? Tunde?
Very anxious.
You can hardly get the words out, can you?
Yeah.
All right. Stephanie, how about you?
There's so many more things I want to say, but okay. We can leave that for later.
And you can.
Yeah.
You know, I'm standing really close to them, and I can hear doo-doo, and it's their heartbeat. But very soon, we will find out who the winner is for today. Now, our judges have done an excellent job, and what I must describe as a difficult task, trying to sift through the presentations and to decide who will emerge winner for the third season of the FMN Prize for Innovation. Well, it's time for me to receive your winners. And so I'll come to you, Mira. Before I announce the winner, Earlier, you'd seen that our live studio audience had said whom they thought would win. Let's see if their predictions are correct. And so, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? The winner of this year's edition, the third season of the FMN Prize for Innovation is the Olivet Tunde Adeyemi. Congratulations, Tunde. Congratulations. And of course, our first runner-up as well, Green Eden Farms. Congratulations. Congratulations, Tunde. Tunde, how do you feel being pronounced winner today?
I never even believed I could make it here today. So, I had a lot of challenges on the way, and I didn't even sleep. I wore this clothes since yesterday. I wanted to be here. I'm very elated, very grateful, very thankful. Thank you so much, the judges, for this amazing opportunity. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Brilliant. Any words for FMN?
FMN, this is a big and audacious and wonderful platform. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And I believe this way, more startups can actually partner with you, and you can, create more opportunities for young Nigerians who are trying to tackle the food crisis in the country. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Tunde. And to our star girl, the first runner-up, Stephanie, how are you feeling?
I feel really grateful. Yeah, I just feel grateful overall.
Brilliant. You should feel grateful and proud. You've done really well, and you emerged top out of thousands of entries. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family members, our viewers, you have witnessed the third edition of the FMN Prize for Innovation pitch event. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 million naira for Green Eden Farms Limited. And second runner-up, Farmspace Technology, 2 million naira. Congratulations. And now, the champion for this season of the FMN Prize for Innovation with 5 million naira, the Olivet. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, there we have it. After a rigorous journey towards finding who the winner of the third season of the FMN Prize for Innovation has been, today we find out who. And we say big congratulations to all the contestants, all the pitchers, and their family members who are supporting and cheering them on. And of course, to our fantastic judges who have done an excellent work today. Thank you all for being a part of this season. And we look forward to seeing you next year for the fourth season of the FMN Prize for Innovation. It has been my utmost delight and pleasure hosting today. I'm Ayo Myra Esse. See you next year.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why golden penny pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden penny pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With golden penny pasta, your way is best.